Alright, 6:30 in the morning on Saturday, and we're going to Makulot Mountain today. Up at 5 o'clock, ready to go. We're going to get a jeepney and travel across to the far side of Tagatai Lake, beyond Tal Mountain, and climb the mountain that we saw in that video. So we're on the border between Tagatai. We've moved into this region called Nasaku. As you can see here, we need to get other transportation. We've moved from one region to another region, and it cost us, for 3 of us, 68 pesos, which is about £1. And we've probably travelled about 15-16 miles anyway.
Soybean curd.
Soybean curd. It's tofu, really, isn't it?
That
So what are they? Sugar and sogu. I don't know what. So thank you. So basically, this guy walks about with it. It's warm, and it costs you kind of 5 pesos. It's basically tofu with a kind of sweet and sugary, and the kids are eating it. Wish me luck. So that's where we are, Cuenca Batangas, and there's the hill that we're going to climb. Still covered in mist. We've just had something to eat in here, which was really nice. Massively different. Street food here, and in Nepal as well. Very clean, very tidy, there's no rubbish. Massively different from my experience in the Desh. I mean, this is a market street. Spotlessly clean. We're heading up. We've got this motorbike here. There's my gear, camera, Abby. Going away to get bananas and fruit, and we are going to climb that Pepperami Band Boy. Most of it's covered in mist at the moment. We're hoping the cloud base will rise. It's about 11 o'clock. Not holding our breath, but we'll see what we can do. So at the base of the hill now, as you can see through there, it's quite misty. This is a pathway up, and you've got trees each side of you. There's a few, as you can see in the distance, there's a few serious climbers. So this is where the road ends and the trek begins. It's beginning to rain. Don't know how long it's going to rain for, but if it stays on, it's going to make it more difficult. Quite a lot of wind, as you can see. Make it easier for me. Don't know if it'll make it easier for everybody else. If there's wind, it's not as humid and hot, obviously. Or it doesn't feel as humid as hot. It is quite humid. Maybe sort of mid 20 degrees. Humidity is at least 70%. There's quite a few people on the mountain. A couple of base camps. We've done about 15-20 minutes. Seems to take a lot out of the locals, but mind you, they're all carrying rucksacks and covered up, and I don't know, because of the heat, short t-shirts the order of the day, carrying less as possible. So you kind of get gaps through the trees, and where you begin to see other scenery. And most of the paths are quite limiting, quite steep, quite rocky. I mean, it's obviously a forest covered mountain where you've got a path through. There was a notice board earlier on, about a couple of miles back, saying about how it was created by the Philippine Marine Corps. They used the mountain to train, so that the path has been created by the Philippine Marine Corps. Okay, a bit of a clearing. Don't know how far we've got to go. As you can see, we're in the clouds. Visibility is about 300 or 400 metres. It's been steady uphill all the way for about an hour, slightly more than an hour. She's trying to ignore me. Okay, we've kind of hit one of the peaks. We've come through the woods, and it's raining. We're in the clouds. It's very muddy underfoot, quite treacherous. So as you can see, we've got this climb to do, which takes us to the peak. Now we've come down the face of one of the hills, and it's just absolute mud underfoot. So you've got to balance up between getting there and breaking something and actually making it. So it's quite hard, but we're going to keep going, keep assessing the situation and see how we get on. Okay, we've hit the peak. This is the Rockies. There's two peaks, you can see one of them over there, and then you come through the valley and back up the other side. There's Abby. So, very windy, as you can guess, and visibility is really quite poor. The wind's picking up, so when the wind picks up you can see a bit with the breaks in the clouds. You can see the edge of the other side of the lake, but you're not seeing enough just purely because of the cloud base is so low. It is very windy. We're going to give it 10-15 minutes and see if it clears. But the longer we leave it, the colder we're getting. So we're going to have some food and see how we get on. Okay, briefly, it's beginning to open up. Still very windy, but it is beginning. The cloud base is rising, but it's settling on the water. But you can see it's still quite bad over this side. It's swirling obviously. So I think we're going to, because of the rain, because of the wind, kind of cold, we're going to head out back down the trail. Get some heat back in here. It's always not good to hang about. Okay, headed back down out of the cloud base, and you can see things are beginning to clear up a bit. But hopefully as we go further down you'll see more. You're not as much in the wind here as you were up there, so we'll wait and see. You can certainly see the clouds move through and how quickly they move.
Did you see him going down on that? Grabe. Natakot naman ako at ang lakas ng hangin.
So while we were struggling up and down the hill, Joel decided to kip out in a tree. These are vines that are growing off the trees obviously, and Tarzan's not got a look in with these ones. They're really strong. These are cool. They're really strong. They're growing everywhere. You use them to get up and down the mountain obviously.
Okay, your turn. Go, catch it.
Okay, this is a plant that's really common in the mountain that we're climbing, and if you look at it, it's green in the centre with kind of white, light green on the tips of it. But if you go and turn it over, which I'll now do, it's violet.
Oo, pinakita ni Kaya.
It's absolutely incredible. It's so beautiful. And they're absolutely everywhere. It's just incredibly, incredibly beautiful. Such a rich, rich colour. I take it that's what they made the sticky rice out of. Abby, is that what they made the sticky rice from?
No.
No. Same colour, eh? Beautiful view. End of a day. And you see this. Absolutely beautiful. Well, this is finished. And that's where we've been. So it's been a fabulous, so many seasons in one day. It was cold and windy at top, and as you can still see from the shot, there's still a bit of cloud over the top. As we come down, the humidity increases, and as you can see, we're soaking wet from the rain. So we're going to get a shower, dry off, and go back to the house and have a nice quiet beer.